Welcome to Hell Hill. We're going in. It's a four-ring fitness circus. Welcome.